I believe I was made the way I was for a reason. I really do. The bigger nose, the longer face, and the Egyptian features passed down from generations of a family I love. But I still had this thought. Is there anything I could do to improve how I look? My name is David, and as you can see, as a YouTuber, I literally make a living off of recording my face. And I know, I have some very distinctive features. I get remembered at coffee shops quite often. So to do this protocol felt very vulnerable, but I let a brand called Qoves, or you could pronounce it Qoves, clinically analyze every little part of my face and send me back a 16-page protocol telling me how to improve. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through what it was like, tell you about my results, and the moment I got my report where you'll see a side-by-side of my ideal look. And the hope of this video is that by the end, you'll know if this is right for you. Thank you so much to the brand for sponsoring this video. More on that later, but I will say this, everything I share in this video is my unfiltered opinion. Let's get into it. Now, whether you pronounce it as Qoves, here's what hooked me about it before I ever paid them $1. If you haven't seen their content online, it is some of the most interesting stuff on the internet because they break down scientifically what makes someone look good. And this is not from a vanity standpoint, it's from a clinical, peer-reviewed, scientific standpoint. The first time I saw one of their videos, it stopped me mid-scroll, and then I went to their profile and watched a lot more of their videos. It is so interesting. So what is it actually? Qoves is a scientific-based facial analysis. You submit 8 photos and their software is gonna map 529 facial points across multiple angles. This is a clinical grade scan that you do from the comfort of your home. Then, once you submit everything, a team is gonna analyze it and send back a full personalized protocol covering 11 different features. We're talking about everything you see on the screen. And before I go any further, I do just want to address this elephant in the room. Anytime we talk about looking better with our face specifically, we often think about surgery or we think there's something wrong with us. Both of those are not necessarily the case here. This is first a non-surgical approach, which we'll touch more on later, but second, this does so much for your personal confidence. Think about what your life would look like if you were getting more career opportunities, or you were making a stronger first impression. What if this helped you improve your dating life, or just enhance the quality of your life overall? And maybe that's why they've built the world's largest beauty science community. And it doesn't end there. The part that convinced me to do it was they factor in your ethnicity, age, sex, and lifestyle. And that means it's not measured against one universal ideal. It's measured against you, what's working, what's not, and what could be refined without changing what makes you look like you. And that was something I could get behind. As I mentioned a moment ago, the protocol is non-surgical. They do mention that surgical options exist, but the entire report is built around things you could actually do without surgery. And that's what also made it feel more genuine and authentic versus a marketing funnel for a plastic surgery company. But here's where I have to be as honest as I can with you. There's a thing that not really a lot of guys talk about, which is you scroll past your own thumbnail, you catch your reflection, you see a bad photo someone tagged you in, and before you know it, you stop and you think, what if I look different? Not better, just different. Now, here's where I want to be honest and real with you. Doing a protocol like this as a guy just kind of feels out of place. It doesn't feel like something I should be focused on. And internally, I also wondered, what if I did look different? What if adding the chain or the watch or some little detail added so much to how I look and feel that I could do something with how I actually appear with my face if it was analyzed against these 521 markers? And I really do like my features. I wouldn't change it even if I had $1 million to do it. But the reason I think I really like this versus anything else is how personalized the experience is. You're not paying someone to critique your face, you're actually inviting in data to understand if there are things that you could do to improve how you look overall. Now, when it comes to the onboarding process, it was really simple and straightforward. Just took me about a few minutes. They ask you a few questions about who you are and what you do. Then you submit 8 photos and they'll tell you exactly how to do it of different angles of your face. Now we are gonna set up my account and I'm gonna walk you through this process. All right, let's get started. I love how beautiful and aesthetic this whole experience is. All right, they have great options. That makes me so happy. That's good. All right, we just created our account. Now we could do the onboarding. All right, so as you can see here, I just went through this 23 question onboarding, and they asked some questions that are, I don't think they're intrusive, but can feel intrusive if you were to ask me in a public room with like 12 friends or something. But there were some really good and valuable questions in terms of what we are developing here. All right, now you can see here, these are all of the images that I am gonna upload. There's about 8 images here that we're gonna take and then upload those images. Natural even lighting that illuminates my face directly. Let's just go through the list. Okay, front of face, right side, left side, quarter, front smiling, top of head. As you can see, these are the photos I took. Yeah, that's directly on. Cool. This is cool, man. This is crazy. It feels a little exposing, but it's really, really useful. This is cool. Right. No, that's not it. Y'all getting a 3D of my facial analysis right here. I love that they have the images. That makes it so easy. Cool. Amazing. Final confirmation. Submitting images. Software is just beautiful, man. Should have that full screen. So data is processing 5 days, aesthetic assessment, protocol prep, care team review, report finalization. Amazing. One piece of advice when you are taking the photos, try to do it during the daytime with natural light. I took mine at like 10 p.m. and the report came back and said I did look a bit tired, and that's probably because when I actually took the photos. Lesson learned. Then once you complete the onboarding, you submit it and they will start the process, and this does take a few weeks. You don't need to do anything in between, but I will say the one emotion I felt was that I know people are analyzing my face right now, and I'm so curious of what they're gonna say. Because obviously I have my opinions about how I look and feel, but I'm curious what others are gonna say when it's literally their job and what they're being paid for. Then a few weeks later, the email came in and my protocol was ready. Now, when I talk about this was detailed, this was thorough. 16 pages, all of it clinical, and every feature one by one was summarized with specific recommendations. And what surprised me the most was this side-by-side render that we're gonna take a look at now. Now, taking a look at this, I would honestly say that I really like some core things they've done. First of all, the haircut. I get a haircut every single week. It's part of the job, but I am gonna let my hair grow out in the next month or two so that I could do this cut, have a taper on the sides, and have that be part of my look. I think that's a great upgrade, if you want to call it that. But I think that is a great move for me. Next, the facial hair. This is just a reality of where I'm at right now, is that I just don't really grow a lot of facial hair here. Obviously, I have the goatee, but on my beard, it doesn't really grow in thick. So I would have to use some type of treatment to make that happen. I'm open to it, but I am doing more research to figure out if that's something I'm gonna proceed with. Further, you do notice that my eyebrows are like thicker, which is interesting. I kind of like it. It could be a little bit much where it's almost too groomed in my opinion, but that's something that I will just kind of vet a little bit more, again, with the side of understanding how you add hair to your face. And again, this is where this is just so personal. Like someone is literally critiquing everything about your face. But I love it. It's definitely something I'm learning a lot from to understand every aspect of how I look. Now, they do recommend things like filler, and that's just something I am not really interested in. Maybe I don't know enough, but honestly, I think I've seen way too many people with filler that I just don't see it as attractive, and it starts to show that it's artificial once you've done it enough times. And that's probably my line, where I do want to look the best I can, but at the same time, I do have limits on what I think is worth it for me personally. And someone else could love that, but for me, that's beyond where I want to go, at least right now. So after I saw this and I sat with it for a few days, here is where I landed. The highest leverage things I am taking from this are the beard and my hair. A fuller shaped beard that follows my jawline will genuinely change my entire aesthetic, as well as letting my curls grow out a bit more and possibly making sure that I'm not going bald on these spots right here are gonna do the same thing. Those are immediate and things that I could start working on right now. When it comes to skincare, I already have a routine that I do religiously: moisturizer and sunscreen every single day. I'm not a big fan of retinol, as I have had laser surgeries before, probably should have mentioned that, but there is one of the best laser doctors in America in Orange County that I was able to do laser treatments with, and they cleaned up my face a lot. Just take a look at this difference that I did back in 2021. The amount of discoloration and changes that happened to my face through that process also got me excited for doing this protocol. There was stuff that I never really thought about or noticed that once I did the laser treatment came to my attention, and I'm so grateful for now. So overall, refining the frame around my face is something that I'm very open to, and I'm definitely gonna move forward on. Is it worth $150? Look, if you go into this curious, open, and wanting an honest read of what's working and what could be refined, this is incredible. Plus, for the price, it is worth its weight in gold. I don't know anywhere you could go except a plastic surgeon to get such a detailed and thorough report that is not trying to sell you on surgical options. And yes, you could get a deeper report that can talk about surgery, but this 16-page report I got was personalized. It had a before and after, and it gave me a lot of actionable insights that I could take. I don't even think there's anything that comes close to everything you get in this report for this price. And my personal take is this: we pay interior designers to make our homes feel cohesive. We pay stylists to make our wardrobes look great. We pay graphic designers to build brands. Why wouldn't we invest a bit of money to improve the way we look? Even at the end of the day, if you do the report and you don't take any action, you get a sense of scientifically what could be a great look for you. And listen, whatever you decide, the thing I'd love to leave you with is this: don't let insecurity drive you to make this purchase. Make this purchase because you want to see a way to refine and improve from an unfiltered and unbiased opinion. And I bet you're gonna get some tips and recommendations that are gonna help you walk into a room and feel more confident. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.